How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Wimbledon Career Mode series. And this is going to be episode number 93 of this series, and it will be season 6 episode 8. And before we do get into anything, I want to thank you guys for all the support you gave on the last episode. Since we ended up signing Neymar, the support on this series has increased a little bit, and I want to thank you guys for all the support you're giving at this late stage of FIFA. I'm hoping that in this episode we can get through the rest of the transfer window whilst playing these two games against Newcastle, and I am also hoping that we can get to the end of this month as well by playing this Wolfsburg game and simming the rest of the games in this month. We don't really have too much of a transfer budget to play with anymore since we ended up signing Ravel Morrison, but I did ask you guys what you think we should do with the remaining 3 million that we've got in our budget, and a lot of you did say that we should go for AKINFENWA'S REGEN, and that's what we're going to go ahead and do now. This guy is indeed AKINFENWA'S REGEN. I've kept him on my shortlist for quite a while now, and we are going to go ahead and make an offer for him. Since he's only on £2 a week, I don't think he's going to be too expensive, so I will go ahead and offer 400,000 and hope it is accepted. But with that all said and done, we are going into the first game of the episode now, and this one is going to be against Newcastle United in the first leg of the Capital One Cup semi-final. Of course, we're going with a really strong side for this game because I do want to get off to a good start in this tie. I do hope we can use this first leg to get off to a good start against Newcastle and really take it to them for the second leg. Arsenal are currently 2-1 up against Aston Villa, so it will be interesting to see how they do. I will also be interested to look at the Newcastle United lineup, which does look like they've actually signed a few players here and there. They've got the Napoli strikers Zapata up front, they've got Cabella on the right, they've got Aarons on the left, they've got some really good players in there. We want to throw it in a good position now. We'll throw it in here to Draxler, who keeps hold of it really well there, good job. Now it's here to Strandberg. And I could have played the ball there, but I'm going to wait for the pass here to Ykkönen, who has a shot. And he does end up scoring the first goal of the game to make it 1-0. I've always said that Ykkönen did need to step up, especially after the injury to Adam Armstrong. And he certainly has done in the past few games, getting himself another goal in this Newcastle game. His goal tally will certainly be looking a lot better this season than Solanke's, who really hasn't impressed me. He's been very disappointing. And we are now through on goal with Villalba having a shot, and it's a great save there by Lopez, really keeping Newcastle in the game. We could be 2-0 up at half time, but instead we're only 1-0 up. We should have converted that chance with Villalba. The good thing is though, we are really limiting Newcastle's attacks. They only had 2 shots in the entire first half, and if we do want to win this game and set us up for the next leg, we do need to make sure we're good defensively in this second half. Great interception by Neymar, it's not a foul, and it's here to Draxler with the shot. It's off the bar. After it was deflected, we couldn't quite score. Now it's Strandberg taking it forward really well up here to Neymar. We're in a good position once again. The defenders are really not doing too well to contain him. And he does have a shot and he ends up scoring to make it 2-0. And we do finally get that elusive second goal in the game, which is very good. Neymar doing really well to skip past a few defenders. And that's Neymar's first goal in the Capital One Cup. And that's certainly a very good one to get his first goal in the competition. And it will be Klaassen inside. And again, it's a really good ball. And Mitrovic should have done better there. That was a really good opportunity to get them back into the tie. But again, they missed a good opportunity, and it's not for the first time in this game. Oh, they could get a goal back and maybe get back into the tie with this effort, and it's a great save there by Sears from Riviere. So we end up winning the first leg of this Capital One Cup semi-final tie 2-0. A very good convincing victory, and apart from a couple of half chances for Newcastle, they really weren't in the game, and we did extremely well to limit the chances they had on goal, and in the end it is a deserved win. After that game though, we have an offer from Manchester United for Strandberg, but he will not be leaving the club whatever the transfer offer is. He is a really important player for us and he will be staying. Not for the first time, Ronaldo has left a Premier League club to move to Real Madrid. We could actually sign him on a pre-contract deal if we wanted to, although I don't think we can afford his wages anyway. Unsurprisingly though, we do have a transfer offer accepted for AKINFENWA'S REGEN. I'm not really too sure why I'm going through with this deal, but I guess as it is the final season, we should bring AKINFENWA back to the club, or at least sign his regen anyway. We will offer him a contract and hopefully he does accept it. I will be very interested to see if his stats do reflect what AKINFENWA'S stats look like, but we will sign him up and we will go and take a little look at him. I'm actually quite surprised by this one. Daniel Flanagan isn't as bad physically as I thought he would be, and it's not like his overall is pretty terrible either. He's 60 overall. Unlike AKINFENWA though, he doesn't have the strength I mean, 46 strength. What kind of AKINFENWA regen is this? Obviously, they're not going to have the same physical stats because regens just seem to have much better physical stats than their counterparts. 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot though, not too bad whatsoever. He may not get any game time, but it is good to see AKINFENWA back at the club. But we do now have this upcoming game against Blackburn in the FA Cup 4th round. And this will be another game that we will go ahead and sim. And hopefully we can get a win in this one. And we do end up getting a 2-0 win with Jake Reeves and also Conrad Medine getting on the score sheet. And after that we will have some more player training as well. And will we see any growth from this session? Yes we do. We see Joe Roberts going up to a 75. Jesus, they are offering a lot for Julian Draxler. Sporting are willing to pay up to 37 million for him. But he's way too crucial to sell. He's been such a good goal scorer this season. And again, I will reject this one. And now it will be time for the second leg of the Capital One Cup semi-final against Newcastle. Once again, I will be going with the strong side for this game, with the only change that we're making being Ravel Morrison coming in for the tired Julian Draxler. Arsenal ended up beating Aston Villa 4-1 on aggregate, so it looks like if we go through to the next round into the final, we will be facing up against them. And into the second half we go. We still have a 2-0 aggregate lead in this tie, and even if we don't get a goal, there's not really too much pressure on us because we're through either way. And Ravel Morrison intercepts really well, good determination there, and we'll play this one. And again, it's through here to Yukonen. I think he is onside, and we'll keep on going and take the penalty. And we can now make it 3-0 from the spot if we convert this penalty. Poor challenge by Mexer, and now it will be Neymar stepping up for this penalty, and hopefully he scores, and yes he does. We make it 3-0 on aggregate and 1-0 in this game, and that's certainly going to be the tie all done and dusted now. There's no way that Newcastle can get back into this, but it's back out here for Bastos. And now into Klaassen, Mitrovic, back to Bastos. And again, really good passing. And Newcastle do get a goal back in the tie. It's 1-1. But it's not really going to mean too much. So we do end up advancing to the final of the Capital One Cup with a nice little 1-1 draw there. It wasn't really the best performance. I would have liked a clean sheet, but we're still through regardless. 3-1 on aggregate sees us go into the final of the Capital One Cup, where we will be facing up against Arsenal. And now we do have a game against Aston Villa, which we will go ahead and sim. Hopefully we can get a win in this game, even though we're away from home. And we do end up winning this one 3-2, a 5-goal thriller with Patterson, Morrison and also Neymar scoring. I don't really see us doing too many deals in the final 10 hours of the transfer window. It looks like all we're going to be doing for the rest of the transfer window is just rejecting offers for players. We didn't really end up doing too much transfer business in this window, only signing Ravel Morrison as our key player. We spent 20 million on him and then 400,000 on AKINFENWA'S Regen. The only real club that seems to have done business in this window seems to be Liverpool. Other clubs just haven't really done too much. But yeah, look at this. No players bought, no players sold. It's pretty ridiculous. Look at all of these. Nothing. Just nothing happening at all. Thank God for that. A training injury here, but it's only going to be for 9 days. Joe Sears did suffer a sprained ankle. But since it is the first of the month, we will take a little quick look at the squad report. Callum Patterson is up to a 78 overall now, and he has been a very, very good squad player for us this season. A City is up by +2 this season and +1 for this month. He's up to an 81. With Strandberg and Platt having such a good alliance together, it's been a bit difficult for a City to get game time. AKINFENWA'S Regen is growing as well. He's up to a 61. And we also have Ben Harrison growing. He's up to a 74, despite the fact that he's had limited play time this season. The same goes for John Sutar. Not really had too much to do this season, but he's up to a 79 now. But it is now time for another simmed game in the Premier League against Crystal Palace, who've lost their last 3 games. And we will go ahead and sim and skip this one, and we do end up winning 2-0 with Neymar getting both of the goals from the penalty spot. And again, it's time for another simmed game, this time against Swansea, who like Crystal Palace have lost their last 3 games. Can we get a win against them? No, we can't. We end up getting a 1-1 draw. And this time we will be using a bit of a weakened lineup with the reserves playing for this game in the FA Cup. It is the 5th round against Charlton. We will be simming this game and we will go ahead and skip, and we do end up winning 4-1 with Conrad Medine, Mark McLeod, Draxler and also Solanke scoring. But we did have an injury after that game, and it's going to be a 6-week long injury for Miguel de Misquith. Squeetes, and we will be simming another game, this time against West Ham United in the Premier League, and they haven't really done too well in their last 3 games, so we should win this one, and we win 4-0 again. But it will now be time for the final game of the episode, up against Wolfsburg. We are travelling to Germany for the first leg of this Champions League round of 16 game, and of course we will be going with our strongest side for this game. I almost forgot to put Sears in there, so there we go. It will now be our strongest side. Looking at the draw as well, it's interesting to see that Borussia Dortmund are beating Atletico Madrid in their first game. And it looks like there's a lot of teams that we could be facing in the next round that look a bit daunting. But that is, of course, if we get through Wolfsburg in the 2 games that we are playing against them. I just remembered as well that I did forget to show the Wolfsburg lineup at the beginning of the game. It seems like they've signed a couple of players here and there, which is good to see. They've got Quincy Promes on the right mid position. I believe they signed him from Manchester United in this window. They've also got Felipe Anderson, the Lazio starlet. And they've also got Mustafi, who's recently signed for Arsenal. And it will be a great dinked ball over the top here to Solanke, and inside here to Strandberg. We'll just keep running with this one because the defenders aren't really doing anything, but it's a poor shot in the end. And it will now be Draxler playing a brilliant ball out wide. What a ball that is here to Villalba, sending him away and into the box. We'll play it again, and it's a great shot. And what a goal that is by Strandberg for the first goal of the game. That is an incredible crossbody shot, but the ball in the first place by Draxler to split the defence. And then some great play by Villalba to get inside. Maybe the goalkeeper should have done better there, but oh my god, what a shot that is. That's just a really, really classy finish there by Strandberg, not one that you see often. That away goal can sometimes be very elusive, especially in a game against a team such as Wolfsburg, but I'm glad we got the goal early on. So we do end up leading this game 1-0 thanks to a really, really good Strandberg goal early on in the game. And as we go into the second half, I'm hoping for more of the same because we really did play well. It's back out here to Maximilian Arnold going for a shot, and it's a really good shot and a great save there by Sears. We just need to hold on to the ball now, play it if possible, and it's here to Neymar in a really good position. Can we score the goal that we need? No, we can't. It's a great save by Farman. In a good position once more, holding on to the ball and going for a shot as well. What a save, but it's fallen for Draxler, and again a double save there by Farman. And it's now going to be another corner whipped into the middle, and it's fallen for Vestergaard with an amazing shot. And what a goal that is to make it 2-0, my word. And what a goal that is by Vestergaard. I can't believe he's just gone and scored that to make it 2-0. He takes it down, one touch, one shot, bang. Right into the top corner, no chance for the keeper. I knew he had it in his locker, I knew he had great shot power, but that is one hell of a goal by Vestergaard. And we end up winning the first game against Wolfsburg, 2-0 away from home. And thanks to 2 amazing goals in both halves of the game, we end up winning this one. That Vestergaard goal though, oh my god. It's hard to really say which goal was better, Vestergaard's or Strandberg's, but Vestergaard, considering he's really not got great finishing, that was some goal to make it 2-0. But this is where I will be ending off this episode of this career mode, and hopefully you have enjoyed. And if you have enjoyed this episode of this career mode, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter as well. The link will be in the description down below. I reckon in 3 or 4 episodes this series will be ending, which is a bit sad, but at the same time, I'm very happy with the way that this series has gone. We've almost hit 100 episodes in this series, and I really want to thank you guys for all the support you've gave on all the videos. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there. And I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.